Ja Morant.
Damn.
We're gonna go ahead and get this topic out. This happened a couple of days ago, so it gave us time to really think on it before we
the halfway thug
and stuff like that. Ja Morant was once again, for the people who don't know or didn't see, was once again caught on video flashing a gun. Now, there's many sides to this that I've heard. A lot of people are like, well, why are people get mad? Why is he getting in trouble? Things of that nature. It's your right to carry guns, and if the firearm's legal, what's the problem?
Well,
I'm gonna let you start. And
the number one thing, of course, is the NBA has a clause in their contracts, a morality clause, where just because something is legal doesn't mean you should be doing it. You're a member of the NBA and you have a image to uphold professionally. So you just can't be out here willy-nilly with guns, even though it's legal. You also can't ride motorcycles, and you can't skydive and do a bunch of other hazardous shit you got no business doing because you got millions in the bank. And I think it's a fair compromise that you limit yourself from that while you're active in the NBA. You can always retire and do whatever you want once you're retired. So, but with Ja Morant, yeah, just because you might legally have a gun or be able to carry one does not mean you should be showing it on IG, on social media. It's very dangerous to let people know you have a gun because obviously in a place like Memphis, there are people that don't love you that will test you. And we all know Ja Morant isn't really the person he portrays himself to be in these IG reels, so you have to think about that as well. Also, it's just stupid. The amount of money you have should prevent you from having to show images that you're showing. And like I said, it's just a morality thing. It's the same shit Jason Williams didn't listen to, and that's why he basically injured his way out the league and damn near had suicide, and because his dick wouldn't work because he didn't step off of motorcycles, and it fucked up his whole career and his sex life. So, hey, sometimes that moral clause they put in is to save you from you. That's what I think.
right, this is my take on the situation. First off, it's just a bad look in general. I understand he's a young kid, 23, I believe.
Yeah.
But let's put a lot of this thing in. Let's put everything into context right now. He just was in trouble for this.
Exactly.
No longer than two months ago. No longer than 2 months ago. You were just got caught up doing the same thing 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
You came out and you said, "Look, I've learned my lesson. I'm going to take complete responsibility for my actions, and you're going to see the change in me." This is what you came and you told these people. You told us. You told Adam Silver. You told everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You gave everybody your word. You disappeared from the game of basketball for a couple of weeks during that time, saying that, he was going to therapy, things of that nature.
Yes.
What the fuck happened?
It was all a ploy.
What the fuck happened? My God, it is so disappointing. My biggest problem with this whole thing is the optics of it.
Yeah.
It's like we already, and JJ Redick was like, why are we crucifying a 23-year-old over, this? And I'm like, JJ Redick, first of all, and I like JJ Redick.
Yeah.
I love JJ
He's the
Redick.
next,
He's going to be a coach somewhere.
He's
I'd like
the next
him to be
Steve
the next
Kerr.
Sixers coach. We'll talk about the Sixers in a minute. But nevertheless, I like JJ. But what I'm about to say is going to sound you're not a young black male.
Yeah.
You are looking at through the optics of, you don't see it how I see it being a black male. We have a horrible, horrible gun problem in this country, especially in the black community, amongst young people. You can I watch YouTube videos all the time on O Block and just all types of stuff. YouTube is the library of
Fuckery.
of everything. But, and all you see is these young kids with guns.
Mhm.
Everybody got a gun. Everybody got a gun. So when you see your favorite NBA player, especially in the city of Memphis,
Mhm.
of all cities, the city of Memphis, where they get down in Memphis. So you have one of the brightest young stars who is out here, as you say, perpetrating, because you don't have to live that lifestyle. You have no reason to live this lifestyle. You are one of the few who has been given the kind of money where you can actually have a security detail. Like you can have 4 people with you at all times strapped. You ain't got to do nothing. They just walk with you. You have this type of money, but you prefer not to, and I don't understand why.
Mhm.
I don't understand why you would jeopardize your financial future, because there's going to be some type of repercussions for this act.
Oh yeah, he's going to miss a significant portion of the NBA season because of this.
There is going to be some, and like I was telling people, he lucky he wasn't in the NFL.
Yeah.
Because
Oh
Roger
yeah.
Goodell would have fried his little black ass.
Yeah.
So he's lucky he's not in the NFL. So we're going to see what Adam Silver's going to do. Now, I made a. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh well, what I was basically was going to say was, in regards to the punishment, I find it funny. The only thing I noticed with Ja Morant is when certain people, like white ESPN reporters and Malika Andrews, I just put her in the whole. They're very quick to say what the punishment should be, and that's just something I noticed with black players, and I noticed with white players. They'll comment on them, and they will always say like, the dude is an idiot or something, but they will never say a punishment for a white player. They will never say, this white player did this, they should be suspended this many games. They'll say the league should step in and should say or do, but they will never ever suggest what the punishment should be. But when it comes to a black player like Ja Morant, that is one thing I do notice with white reporters. They are very quick to say what the punishment should be.
To put him back in line.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hate to even be that person, but it has to be some. It has to.
Oh yeah. I mean,
it just has to be something.
I defended him the first time because I get it, being 23, but once you see the magnitude of what you did and you decide to do it again, I really can't give you sympathy or empathy. I feel like whatever the league is going to do to you is probably going to be overkill. But I mean, it's overkill you put yourself into by playing this game.
It comes back to what you got going on in your life, that this is what you need to be in the gym.
Mhm.
You need to be practicing on that 3. You need to be working on your game. I don't understand what is this thing about always trying to look a certain way when you don't have to. We don't see you like that. We see you dunking the basketball. That's how we like seeing you.
Exactly.
And for you to give off this image when I'm from South Carolina. He's from South Carolina. He's from a little town called Sumter. We talk about his dad. His dad used to ball. His dad's nice. He came from a good family. You don't get that nice acting the way he's acting, or doing the stuff he's perpetuating. You don't get that good at basketball doing stuff like that. I believe the suspension, even if they suspend or just tell them that you can't be here for a while, it should be about. I think I might have overjumped the gun. I said the whole season. The whole season, that's a long time.
Yeah, the Grizzlies need him by the playoffs because they are good enough to get to the playoffs without him.
That's a long time. But half the season, like All-Star break, like because your image is completely tarnished and shambles. Nobody's going to touch you. All the sponsorships that you had, they're yanking them.
Yeah.
They're yanking them as quick as you got them, taking them away. Nike, Powerade, anybody that's done business with you is now disassociating themselves from you because you're such a tarnished brand. And the worst part about this is bro, you know how long it's going to take to fix your image?
Yeah.
Do you know how long it's really going to take? It's not going
Well,
to be.
it's not going to be that long because people really don't want to see Ja punished or, suspended, but we know it's just a natural course of based on his actions. Like, I don't want to see him not on the floor.
But this is the thing. No, I don't. But the reason I say that is because you've already said that you changed.
Yeah, that is true.
So now that you said that you changed and went back and did it again, we're just not going to take it at face value the next time.
Yeah, that nigga was spewing the lyrics to Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. Gonna make a change.
So now we can't take you at face value no more because you've already burnt
that bridge.
You burnt that up.
Yeah.
So now it's definitely going to take you at least, and it's not going to be next season. It's probably going to be a couple of seasons before people come back around to you in that way again, bringing endorsements and stuff. Like they said, and it's not for sure. It's allegedly like he cost himself $40 million. I believe he cost himself $40 million getting in trouble the first time by them not putting him on the all NBA teams because now you can't get the Supermax.
Oh, it's costing them endorsements because Nike just took his shoe off of their app.
So now you can't get the Supermax when it comes time to get this contract. Now the owner can do one or two things. Like they said, the owner can either be like, you know what, take some time away from the game and really reshape your image. Or the owner can say, you know what, we just don't want to deal with this foolishness.
Yeah.
The owner can do whatever he wants to. He can void his contract right now because of you violated your contract.
Exactly.
So I doubt if he would do that though. Like this boy brings in millions and millions of dollars. But if the owner wanted to, he could definitely tell him, look, we don't want you no more.
Yeah. I doubt they would give Ja Morant away. He is their star.
But look, we don't know how rich people think. There might be somebody in his ear like to say, like, he's a bad investment. He's a bad investment. It only takes one person to just really slander your name, and regardless of how talented you are, we've seen it. We've seen super talented players and their career amounts to nothing because of getting in trouble. So, we wish Ja Morant the best. Like, I love to see Ja Morant play. Like, one of the up and coming stars in the NBA. But when you have people like LeBron who never get in trouble, never get in trouble. Worst thing LeBron does is blows a dunk, misses layups.
Oh,
Stuff like of that nature. You never see LeBron get in trouble outside of basketball. And Ja was getting ready to be the face, I believe. I believe he was possibly going to become the face of the NBA. They were going to get him out of Memphis probably. But just his talent, all that excitement, everything, like how people were enamored with AI and how they loved Derrick Rose, he was the same player. Same exact player. But now you've done so much. It's like I just want you to get back right and quit letting these niggas video you doing everything. Like, Jesus, your boys are fucking it up for everybody. They're not going to let you hang with them no more. They're not going to they're no longer your friends. I already know how that plays.
Yeah, so it's a lot of shit that comes with this gun shit. So I tell anybody, especially when you've got social media, it's weird because people keep saying, "Oh, he's 23 and he's gonna make mistakes." And I know I've been 23 before, and if I had access to 200 million, I'm pretty sure I would make some mistakes too. It's just I wouldn't make the mistake of having a gun in my hand on a live video like IG. My mistake would have been tricking on these hoes.
Like I think, like I don't know when like you say, when social media is everything in this era, like you have to be seen. You have to be seen at all costs in this era, and I probably wouldn't have made it coming up when I was growing up if social media was around when we were younger. We were doing some wild stuff. We were some wild boys.
Oh, yeah.
So I can kind of understand, but like you say, when you're dealing with that kind of money, we always wanted the homeboy who went to the NBA or the NFL that we hung out with and stuff like that, just to, enjoy some of the perks of that. And these guys have fucked it up for everybody.